Hey, I wanted to give you a closer look at this little hot glue gun that I have recently gotten and been using, and just show you some things I like about it and some things I would probably improve about it. This is the entirety of the instructions on the back of the box, so feel free to pause if you would like to read those, but it is a glue gun. If you've never used one, they're pretty straightforward. So you just plug it in. It does have a power switch here on and off. And so the green light, of course, shows you that it is on. So it's been sitting here for probably about 10 minutes. And one of the things it says in the listing is that it's drip resistant or something to that effect. And I would say that's probably pretty accurate. You can see maybe like the tiniest little drip there at the end starting to threaten to come out, but it hasn't been sitting here just, you know, a lot of them just gloop and gloop, dripping glue when you're leaving them sitting like this. I think part of that is due to this nifty little foot. So they have this, it's magnetic, which is great. You can just set it in there. And, you know, a lot of them have that little kickstand sort of situation right here where it's really tilted a lot further down towards the counter. So I think part of the design is clever there, and that I think that's probably what prevents more of the dripping from happening. So it's really just none of it's falling, which is great. I did have to, when I first started using it, you have to put one whole glue stick in. It came with 30 glue sticks, I think. And then put the second one in and start pushing it forward, because of course this is what moves that glue forward. And so I'll show you here. This little thing, part of this thing I was working on, get that glue going again. You can see once I do it, it's going pretty good. Since it's been sitting there for a minute, I might need to push this guy forward a little bit. So yeah, it's not just like the most forceful flow, but it comes out. And I think that's probably a good thing, because usually with hot glue, for me anyway, I'd like to do a little bit at a time, because you know, when you get too much, then it gets all gloopy everywhere, and then you have to either run something along to make sure you get it before it dries, or you're dealing with all these big glops of glue, like all my adjectives, by the time it dries. So overall, I think it's great. If I was making this, I probably would have put a little drip tray right here at the end. I think that would have been a clever thing to do. Just extend this foot out a little more, and then if it did drip, which it doesn't really seem to be dripping, that would probably take care of that. So that would be my one criticism of it. I was excited to try this because we do a lot of crafts at our house, and so I did reach out to the company and ask for a free sample in exchange for a review, but I only review products that I like because I do earn from qualifying purchases, to keep it honest. So I like this. It's lightweight. You know, it's a decent glue gun, and it does plug in. It's not, I know they make the cordless ones now. I'm not a big fan of cordless stuff in the end, because I feel like it actually doesn't usually perform as well. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I like the easy on off right there, and it heats up really quickly too. I should say that before I go, and it's not super hot to the touch. So I'd feel pretty safe using this with my kids. Of course, I'm still going to warn them not to touch that, but you can see I'm keeping my hand on it. It is hot, but it's not like, oh, I'm burning myself. So, but it heated up, I think probably 45 seconds or a minute. I was able to get glue out of it. So from the time I plugged it into the wall and turned it on. So overall, I think that this is a great little glue gun. Hopefully that helps you as you're deciding to purchase.